All right, time is 7 o'clock. So, very good evening, everyone. And thank you for your participation. We have with us Dr. Monika ma'am, who is the resource person for today and tomorrow. It's my great pleasure to briefly introduce ma'am. Dr. Monika Gupta ma'am, presently working as a professor of marketing and general management in Chitkara University, Punjab. She holds a Ph.D. in management, UGC-NET, MBA marketing and information technology. Ma'am has more than 15 years of experience, including corporate and academia. Ma'am has been teaching marketing management, strategic management, retail management, and consumer behavior since 2007. Ma'am published 26 papers, including Scopus and high indexed journals. Ma'am has been conferred with numerous awards and appreciation. It's a great pleasure to have Ma'am with us for this wonderful workshop, and I'm sure that there will be many takeaways at the end of today's online workshop. Thank you, Monika ma'am, and I hand over the session to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such wonderful introduction. I welcome all of you. Yeah. So, as we all know, that today we have gathered here for a workshop on smart research writing with AI, free tools for qualitative and quantitative excellence. So, basically, as we know, the aim or the struggle that we are going through is to get high impact research publications. So we will try to focus on how we can get support from AI in adding quality and along with some practical tips. So let us discuss what we are going to discuss on in these 2 days. So I hope you can see on the screen day one the topics that we are going to cover. The ethical AI framework, human in the loop. The most important part is the ethical AI mandate. And then identifying the novel gap, that is topic vetting, then literature review and novelty mapping, then conceptual framework design, then hypothesis generation, theoretical specificity, then methods for scale development and making plagiarism free items, and also the methods for data collection ethics and transparency. Then again, we will revise ethical AI use summary and question answers, and then wrap up and homework for tomorrow related to reference management. And tomorrow we will discuss, like today, we will focus on laying the foundation structure, that is conceptualization. And tomorrow we will focus on the execution, refinement, and acceptance, the rigor. And wherein we will focus on our journey from data to desk rejection prevention by the editors. So we will focus on data analysis, statistical rigor, but this code generation, if you want, I can just give you the steps or the outline, because this is a very, very broad concept. Also, the second part of the same, that is the result output, maybe for SAM. I can just give you overview for these two steps, second and third. Then we can discuss manuscript refinement. Again, humanoid voice will be our main area of concern and focus. Then integrity audit, that is plagiarism guarantee. Then strategic targeting and cover letter. Then probable review or comments, major revision. What we mean by basically major revision and how to handle it, that we will discuss. Then strategy, that is ethical AI rebuttal framework, how to create it, making use of AI. Then we can focus on AI assisted rebuttal, theoretical deepening and CMV. Then workshop conclusion and final paper that we are ready with at the end of the workshop, making use of AI tools. I mean, we will have the outline of the paper, and the rest, depending on the research we are taking, we can add more to it to complete the paper. So let us start our discussion on day one, that is laying the foundational structure, conceptualization. So we will take up one case study throughout the workshop, and the title of the case study is TikTok's Authenticity Paradox: How Content Transience moderates the link between perceived authenticity and sustainable purchase intention among Gen Z. So, one thing I think we all can understand is the title itself when we are targeting high quality research papers. The kind of title we should take, what it should comprise of, and other parameters, and we keep on discussing side by side. So, basically, this research paper, the title that I have taken as a sample, this paper explores the complex relationship between perceived authenticity on TikTok and how it influences Gen Z's likelihood of buying sustainable products. The core idea is that the fleeting nature of the content on TikTok, that is its transience, plays a crucial role. It investigates how the perceived genuineness of content interacts with its temporary presence to affect whether Gen Z consumers are motivated to purchase sustainable items. So, the study likely examines factors like user trust, brand credibility, and the impact of short form video formats on purchasing decisions within the content of sustainability. So, what we expect as an output, we expect the framework, that is we are not aiming for any publication first thing, but we are aiming for high quality research acceptance like Scopus Q1, maybe one example, which demands extreme novelty and methodological rigor. So we must be clear in the beginning itself what we are targeting, what actually we want, whether we are looking for just any publication or we are focusing on quality, and what we mean by quality. So here we are talking about extreme novelty and methodological rigor. So our live case study, this is just an example, TikTok's authenticity paradox. So to achieve Q1 status, I mean, this is just an example. You can add more, quality journals, maybe indexed in WS, Web of Science, or ABDC, A category or A plus, or any other database you are targeting, ESCI or SSCI, depending on your needs, or PubMed. To achieve Q1 status, our work must be original, first thing, deeply theoretical, second, and perfectly structured. So every word matters a lot. But before we touch any tool, the ethical mandate is paramount. See, we will always focus, our priority is ethical mandate, our priority is human above machines. We can take help of AI, we can uh, make use of it to support our work, but final decision will be ours. So AI is our assistant, never our co-author. Please note this line. I'll repeat. AI is our assistant, never our co-author. Every output from a synthesized idea to a statistical conclusion must be ethically verified, synthesized, and owned by you, the human researcher. So let us begin by defining the core challenge. So what we have discussed till now, let us see. So what is the primary distinction between a regular publication and the goal of the workshop we are undergoing during these 2 days? Only using paid AI tools for speed, targeting a Scopus, Q1, or any other reputed high quality journal which requires extreme novelty and rigor, writing a paper in less than 48 hours, or relying entirely on AI to write the paper draft. Yes, please. What should we focus on? I hope the knowledge that I'm going to test is based on what we have discussed just now. Anyone can unmute and can respond. It is which option?
B.
Very right, Amritsar. It is B. Targeting a Scopus indexed or any high quality reputed journal or the database like Emerald, which requires extreme novelty and rigor. So the journal or the database that we select for publication depends on our domain in which we are working. Maybe we are from engineering or pharmacy or medical or any other. So every domain has its own list. So, what does the ethical AI mandate require of the human researcher? To avoid using any AI tool whatsoever, to use AI as an assistant, verify all output, and retain intellectual ownership, to disclose AI use only if the editor asks, or to let the AI generate the final conclusion. Yes.
This is also B.
This is also B, very right, sir. To use AI as an assistant, most important point. Verify all output and retain the intellectual ownership. So we must adhere to COPE guidelines, COPE, right? And we can go through it. Similarly, for a checklist for research ethical submission, I have given a link here, and you may explore more aspects. I think up till this, the points are clear. Yes.
Yes, all right.
Thank you so much. Right. Now let us move on to the next part. That is the ethical AI framework, that is human in the loop. What we are trying to say here. This is the foundational slide for everything we do. Our working model is human in the loop. Please note, though we are talking about AI tools, but working model will remain human in the loop, meaning the human researcher is always the one making the final intellectual decision. Let me repeat. It means the human researcher is always the one making the final intellectual decision. So we have three non-negotiable pillars. First, transparency. That is, you must disclose the use of any generative AI tool for writing or coding in your acknowledgements or a dedicated ethical statement as per most journal policies. So we should go through journal policy in detail and we must adhere to it. Second, integrity. That is, AI is excellent for synthesis, but its text is often detectable or plagiarized. So, what should we do in such a situation? So, you must use AI for ideation only and rewrite every single sentence. Let me repeat. You must use AI for ideation only and rewrite every single sentence to guarantee originality and your unique academic voice. Third is verification. That is, never blindly trust AI. If it summarizes a theory or generates statistical code, you must manually cross check the source, the logic, and the output. Just do not copy paste what it has generated for you. So, this framework protects your academic career and ensures your work is accepted and indexed for the long term. So, what we are trying to discuss here is if an AI tool is used to synthesize 10 articles, what is the mandatory action under the integrity pillar? Cite the AI tool as the author. Use the synthesized text directly as it summarizes multiple sources. Rewrite every sentence of the AI generated text to guarantee originality, or only use the AI generated text for the abstract. Yes, please. What we should do?
C, C,
Just it's B,
C,
C.
C,
Okay.
C.
Others? Thank
B
you,
and
sir.
C.
B.
B
Okay.
and C.
Okay. So there are two options. One is B, second is C. Others also please respond so that we can arrive at some conclusion?
It is C only.
C.
Right. It is C only. Rewrite every sentence of the AI generated text to guarantee originality. Right. What does the transparency pillar of the ethical AI framework require? Publishing the AI generated statistical code, disclosing the use of AI tools in the acknowledgements or the ethics statement or an ethics statement, only using AI tools that are open source, or getting the AI tool peer reviewed. It is
B.
okay. Others? It is yes, it is B, sir. Disclosing the use of AI tools in the acknowledgements or an ethics statement. Whatever we are doing, we must give you what should I say? We must acknowledge the source. We must disclose the source. Yes. So next, let us move on to the third part. That is the step 1. That is identifying the novel gap. That is topic vetting. What we mean by this? So the first most critical step is finding a novel gap, something that will excite a Q1 editor. What editor is looking for? They are looking for a novel gap. So we start with our broad topic, Gen Z, authenticity, and sustainable consumption. So we will use Perplexity AI because it is a conversational search engine that cites its sources, making it ideal for the initial literature synthesis. This is just a suggestion. You may use some other AI tools. This is what I have suggested. Based on my experience, you may make use of other tools. There are plenty of tools available online, and also make use of free sources. Okay. So our prompt is focused on finding the least explored link. So the output synthesizes the existing literature, which shows a strong link between authenticity and purchase intention. But what is missing? It fails to account for the unique platform design. So just recall what the journal editor is looking for. I just mentioned in the previous slide or in the same slide. Yeah, the most critical step is finding a novel gap, something that will excite a Q1 editor. Now see what we get. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say here. The output synthesizes the existing literature, which shows a strong link between authenticity and purchase intention, but fails to account for the unique platform design. We identified that the fleeting, high-speed nature of the TikTok environment, which we term content transience, is consistently ignored. So this is a cognitive factor that can moderate the link between a perception, that is authenticity, and a high effort behavior, that is sustainable purchase. So we have our empirical novelty, that is content transience, as a moderator. So should I show you the tool now, Perplexity, how to use it? Or should we continue with the slides first? Just tell me, I will go as per your preference.
Please, madam. Do please.
Should I show the tool?
Please do, madam. Please, please.
Okay, okay. So let me stop sharing the slides and let me show you the tool first. Okay. So I hope all of you know I have given you the tool here, but still if you are not aware of the tool, you can simply type in the Google Perplexity and it will help you reach that particular place. See, so I have opened it. I hope all of you can see this Perplexity, and this is the link perplexity.ai. So the main role, you see, AI is also going to obsolete in few years, maybe 5 years or more in India. It is about to get obsolete in other nations, developed nations especially. So what the time that we are landing up is the time of prompt engineering. So how to write a prompt for making the best use of AI tools? That is the most important thing. That is why I have made 3 columns. I have put title at the top, then I have mentioned AI tool, then prompt, and then the output. But there, the major role is of the prompt. Now see, I have mentioned the prompt in the slide. I have copied and I have just pasted it, and I will now click this forward button. Now see the output. I hope you can see the output that is being generated here, right? Let me scroll it down. So you see what we are getting. Let me share. So based on the case study I have taken, see, this was the prompt. You can see here, this one. I just pasted it from the slide. I have designed this prompt earlier based on my study and what I get as a result along with the sources. Now just have a glance. I have got some information on Gen Z's ethical consumption and authenticity, factors and moderators in purchase intention, and see everywhere I have these sources also, and I can click on the sources to get further details if I need it. Least explored moderating link, that is greenwash perception, right? And key citations, again we have the sources. See, and also we got the summary at the end, right? So should we move back to the slides? Yes. Should I stop this?
Okay, madam.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Now let us see our slides again. I hope if you will read slides now, you will find something with more clarity. You will find, better picture of what we have discussed before sharing the screen, before showing you the usage of the tool. See, the tools are highly user friendly. The game is of designing the prompt. And tool has many features, but we should not get confused. We should remain specific based on the nature of the research we are dealing with and the purpose of using that particular tool. Right? Now see it again. The step 1 is identifying the novel gap, that is topic vetting. We have used Perplexity AI, and this was the prompt I have given here. And what is the output here? Right? Let me repeat it again if you like. So the first most critical step is finding a novel gap, something that will excite a Q1 editor. We start with our broad topic, Gen Z, authenticity and sustainable consumption. We use Perplexity AI because it is a conversational search engine that cites its resources, making it ideal for the initial literature synthesis. So our prompt is focused on finding the least explored link. The output synthesizes the existing literature, which shows a strong link between authenticity and purchase intention, but fails to account for the unique platform design. So we identify that the fleeting, high-speed nature of the TikTok environment, which we term content transience, is consistently ignored. So this is a cognitive factor that can moderate the link between a perception, that is authenticity, and a high effort behavior, that is sustainable purchase. So we have our empirical novelty. What is that? Content transience as a moderator. I hope it is clear now. In comparison to what we were discussing earlier, you get better clarity? Yes? Thank you so much. Let us, okay, I have a question here. Can anyone explain the difference between moderating and mediating variable? What is moderator and what is mediator? Anyone? Moderator and mediator. Because here we have discussed about moderator, cognitive moderator. So we must know the difference between the two. We should not get confused. Okay. Anyone who wants to give a try? Okay. Let me explain. Because whatever queries we are having, we should get it cleared side by side so that we can go for further refinement. Now see the next slide. This I have added just for information, difference between mediator and moderator. So the conceptual question for mediator variable is, why does the IV, independent variable, affect the DV, that is dependent variable? Whereas moderator variable focuses on when or for whom does the independent variable IV affect the dependent variable. So see, mediator is concerning why IV affect DV, and moderator states when or for whom IV affect DV. So one is related to why, moderator is related to when or for whom, right? So what is the nature of the effect? Mediator variable explains the mechanism or process through which X influences Y. Whereas moderator explains the strength or direction of the relationship between X and Y. So path in the model, the mediator is an intervening variable in the causal chain, whereas the moderator is an interaction variable that affects the link itself. Now see visual representation. Between X and Y, we have M for mediator. And here we have X to Y, which is influenced by W. W is indicating moderator variable, right? So the statistical test for mediator variable can be indirect effect, often uses bootstrapping, whereas for moderator variable, it can be interaction term X into W. Now example from workshop cases. Perceived authenticity is the mediator. TikTok leading to TikTok exposure leading to authenticity to purchase intention. Whereas if we discuss about moderator variable, perceived content transience is the moderator. It changes the strength of authenticity leading to purchase intention link, right? So what I am trying to say here is the concept of a moderator and mediator are fundamental to sophisticated quantitative research, especially when using models like structural equation modeling or SAM. While both involve a third variable, they describe fundamentally different types of relationships, right? Okay, let us revise what we have discussed. Why is the term least explored link used in the AI prompt for topic vetting? To save time on reading the literature review, to identify the highly researched areas in the field, to help the AI pinpoint a novel, non-incremental research gap, or to generate a list of authors to collaborate with.
C.
Yes, please.
C.
Okay. Others also please respond. Yes, Abhijit sir. Others, just give a try. What is this? So Abhijit sir is right. It is C. Very right, sir. Okay. To help the AI pinpoint a novel, non-incremental research gap. Now, what is the theoretical novelty identified in the output for the case study? The main effect of TikTok on buying behavior, the moderating role of content transients on the authenticity intention link, the relationship between Gen Z and mobile marketing, or the overall preference for sustainable products. Yes, please. What is the theoretical novelty identified in the output for the case study we have taken?
B.
B.
Okay. Others? Amritsar is given,
B.
has responded.
B.
Okay. Yeah, it is B. Very right. The moderating role of content transients on the authenticity intention link. Okay. Let us move on to step 2 now. That is literature review and novelty mapping. So what we have done here, we have taken the tool Research Rabbit and the human input, or you can say the prompt will be upload 5 to 7 core papers on source credibility, consumer cognitive load, and social media transients, and then click similar papers, right? And author buttons. So what will Research Rabbit do? It will map the clusters of research. So what we are looking for is a white space, that is area on the map where two relevant clusters, that is authenticity and cognitive load, are near to each other but have no connecting empirical papers. Right? So this visual evidence of a gap is incredibly powerful for writing a rigorous introduction. So it allows you to assert the literature covers X and Y, but the intersection of X and Y remains unexplored. This significantly reduces the risk of desk rejection. So should I open this tool, Research Rabbit? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But the first step is we need to download certain papers as is mentioned. Okay. Just give me a moment. So we can upload these papers that we have already downloaded, right? Or you can download maybe from Google Scholar or anywhere, SciSpace, wherever you feel convenient, right? And you can download the free papers. You need not go for any. I hope you are aware of Google Scholar. Everyone is aware of it. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Or SciSpace? Yes. Or I can show you if you like. But I hope every scholar is aware of it. Yes. Google Scholar. Let us first download the papers and then we will use this tool. Right. Okay, just a moment. This one. So you see, we found various papers, but to get better quality, we should download separate papers, right? By typing these words separately. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, let me show you the tool. We will come back to this again. Let me see if we can download it quickly. It's better. Okay. Right. Can you see we are able to download the papers? Right? I'm downloading from Google Scholars, but if you want to take help of this thing, AI tool, you can make use of SciSpace, right? Now let me show you this tool, Research Rabbit. But we need, I think, more papers to see this tool. But let me see. Yes, this one, Research Rabbit, and share. Now, I hope you can see this tool now, Research Rabbit. And here you can see this button, Add Papers. Just upload papers here. What I feel is we need more papers to be uploaded here. Okay. So we can make use of, you see, title or DOI or PMD ID or, okay, let me type this and search. Okay. Okay. Let me find it from all subject areas and let me check. Because obviously this is not related to biomedical and life sciences, so it has not shown any result. So you just need to type your keywords, but let me see if it can take it. Otherwise, I'll show you the steps. It is taking time to upload. Let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, I'll stop it and I'll explain the steps. If I will be able to get it uploaded later, I'll show this tool again tomorrow. Let us wait for a minute. Okay, just, yes. So you see, we got these papers, right? Now you can see the papers here. Clear? So what we need to do here, okay. See, we can click this similar work and see, this is the output that got generated. Clear? You can zoom in, zoom out, fit all, depending on which area you want to focus on, and if you want to explore it further, you can see, right? But what is the viewpoint from which we are discussing? Let us come back. So I will zoom it out. Just see this graph, right? And see the white space in between and the lines in between. See. Clear? So I'm just giving you an idea. Let me stop it. So see how quickly we can do our work. Nothing to do, just paste the keywords. No need even to download the papers, right? Let me share the slide again and see the slides again. Okay. Now see what we were discussing. Let us review it again. Just a moment. Yes. Window and yes. I'm sorry, I have a bad throat today. Yeah. Now see it again. What we have done for literature review and novelty mapping, we have made use of AI tool Research Rabbit. You may use any other tool. And what we did, we just uh, pasted some keywords in inverted commas and we separated those groups of words with commas, right? And then we clicked similar papers. Also, we can click authors, as I have mentioned and I have shown you. We can click similar papers and we can click authors button given there. So what Research Rabbit did, it mapped the clusters of research. So what we were looking for is the white space. I hope now you are clear with what we mean by white space. It is an area on the map where two relevant clusters, for example, authenticity and cognitive load, are near to each other but have no connecting empirical papers. So this visual evidence of a gap is incredibly powerful for writing a rigorous introduction. So it allows you to assert the literature covers X and Y, but the intersection of X and Y remains unexplored. This is what we are actually looking for. So this significantly reduces the risk of desk rejection by the editor of the journal. Am I clear? What we were looking for here is the white space, making use of this tool, Research Rabbit. And this will lead to novelty. Is this okay? Should we move further? Yes? Please respond.
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. So now see, in Research Rabbit, what does a white space between two related clusters of papers indicate? The literature is too dense in that area, a potential visually confirmed empirical research gap, the papers are too old for the journal, or the tool has failed to load the data correctly.
B.
Yes, yes, very right. It is B, a potential visually confirmed empirical research gap. Thank you so much, sir, for responding. The primary function of Research Rabbit in the early stages is to write the first draft of the literature review, provide a visual confirmation of the study's novelty and gap, run statistical analysis on citation counts, or recommend the final title of the paper. What it
B.
aims at?
B.
Yes. We are looking for a visual confirmation of study's novelty and the gap. So I hope this tool is useful because every time whenever we are planning to conduct research, we are always worried for novelty. From where we can get novelty, how we can get it. So you can make use of this tool. You can practice it. Now, next step, that is conceptual framework design. So for this, we may make use of this tool draw.io or diagrams.net. And this is the link given here. So what we can do here is we can design the diagram in the tool using standard SAM boxes and arrows. So if we are familiar with how to use SAM, we can get a better quality diagram, but we must have clarity on the boxes and the arrows of the SAM. So let me show you the tool first. After that, we will discuss the output. Right? Okay. So I have to make use of this tool. Yes. Let me show it to you. Now see this. See, here we have different shapes, and here we have different types of arrows, or we can add more shapes. You see here, and various features given to us. Now diagram is not titled, and here we have various options for diagram as well as for the style, right? So if you want to draw SEM and you want to make use of certain shapes you are already familiar with, you can make use of those shapes. What is the purpose of using this is it can provide you clarity, right? Diagram will be more clear, but you need to, again I repeat, humans have to decide. Human is the decision maker. What to use, when to use, where to use, right? The final decision will be ours only. Clear? So this tool can help you draw more clear diagrams. So now let us see, come back to our presentation. Okay. Let me share it again. Now let us see the output of this tool that I was discussing. What is the benefit of using this particular tool? Otherwise, SAM also generates the diagrams. So the conceptual framework is the blueprint of your research. A well-designed diagram demonstrates methodological professionalism. So we can use draw.io or diagrams.net, a free web-based tool ideal for creating publication quality diagrams. So step one, what we have done is we define our boxes, that is latent variables, exposure, that is IV, perceived authenticity, mediator, purchase intention, DB, and perceived content transience as moderator. So in our example, we have both mediator and moderator. In second step, we will draw the arrows for the hypothesized paths H1, H2, H3. Step 4, crucially draw the moderation arrow from the transience box to the path between authenticity and intention, that is H4. So the steps depend on your model that you have proposed. So the human decides the structure. I'll repeat. The human decides the structure based on the gap. The tool ensures the diagram is clean, standard, and ready for insertion into the manuscript, following the best practice of structural equation modeling, SAM diagrams. So this professional visualization is the first thing reviewer looks for. Diagram must be clean. It must be clear, right? For this purpose, you can make use of this tool. Now, again, a question arises here. What is a latent variable? Anyone? Earlier, we discussed the difference between mediator and moderator. Now, what is the difference between, what is latent variable? Anyone? Let me explain. So again, I have added this slide for further clarity. So basically, latent variable is unobservable variable. It exists in theory, but cannot be physically seen, touched, or directly counted. For example, perceived authenticity, you can't directly measure it with a single number. So, conceptual, it is defined based on existing theory or a conceptual framework. For example, Sustainable purchase intention, it's an internal state of readiness to buy, not the actual purchase. Measured by indicators, it is measured indirectly through multiple observed variables or manifest variables, typically scale items on the survey. For example, perceived content transience is measured by 4 to 5 Likert scale questions. For example, the video disappeared too quickly. This is one example, right? So what else we can discuss? We can further discuss the source and various other parameters. So very basically, the purpose of showing this is to understand the difference between unobserved and observed variables. Unobserved is latent variable. That is the main purpose of showing this slide or discussing, right? Now let us revise what we have discussed till now. What is the purpose of drawing the conceptual framework before data collection? To determine the sample size needed for the study, to serve as a rigorous blueprint for the data analysis and hypothesis testing, to replace the need for a literature review, or to select the final journal target.
B.
Yes, please.
B.
Is it B? Okay. Others?
B.
Everyone participate?
B,
Yes.
madam. B, madam.
Right. It is to serve as a rigorous blueprint for the data analysis and hypothesis testing. In a SEM diagram, which element typically represents the relationship between two variables? A labeled box, a straight or curved arrow, a descriptive paragraph, or the model fit index?
B.
B, madam.
Yes, it's very clear. It is a straight or a curved arrow. Now the next step, that is hypothesis generation. And here we are focusing on theoretical specificity. So again, we will make use of the tool Perplexity, as I have shown earlier. And this is the prompt we have designed here. Use the limited capacity model of motivated mediated message processing, that is LC4MP. 4 M's are there, so we have written LC4MP to explain the mechanism where high information transience leads to reduced cognitive effort required for a high cost decision like sustainable consumption. So what will be the output? The theoretical mechanism. High transience causes resource overload or encoding failure, which depletes the cognitive resources needed to translate authentic perception into high effort intent. So should I show the perplexity again and show this? Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. So I'll come to the slide again, but let me show you the tool first. Though we have used it earlier, but for some other purpose. Now we are making use of it for theoretical specificity or hypothesis generation. Okay. So I hope you are comfortable getting this information today. Yes. Will it be beneficial to everyone that we are discussing?
Yes.
Yes. For your further research?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Because we have, different researchers in the same workshop. Also, we need to focus on what you are actually looking for. Accordingly, I try to make the content as per the requirements. Okay. So let me share this screen again of perplexity. Yes, where it is. So please always remember, tools are there to support you, only to support, not beyond. They are not there to write for you. You need to make a combination of different tools so that wherever you are get stuck up or you want to refine, you can take the help of these tools for refinement. But final decision will be yours. You need to find the gaps. Now see, this was the previous sheet where we are. If we want to go for something new, we can click on this plus new thread, right? So I have copied the prompt. I have pasted it here, right? And forward arrow. Now see what I get. So we have limited options to use a particular AI tool. If we are using it freely, I am using all the tools freely. I have not paid even for a single tool. So you see what we get. This is the prompt I have copied from the slide. I just pasted it and clicked the arrow. Now this is the result. LC4MP mechanism, information transience, cognitive load and effort reduction, impact on sustainable consumption decisions. I also got a summary table, how LC4MP applied to sustainable consumption. See, LC4MP principle, high information transience effect, and result for sustainable choice. And it also, whenever we read, we keep on reading different literature, we find it fascinating. But making use of these tools keep you on the track. It is very rare that while using these tools, we go off track or we reach some other corner of the research, which should be treated as a separate topic. So it confines us to remain within our boundaries. That is one major benefit I feel we can have for this, making use of the tools. Now I will share the slides and we will discuss the slides further. Okay. Now see, now you will find this slide interesting in comparison to when we were discussing it earlier. Now see, what I'm trying to explain here in this slide is the output. So what we have done here in this slide is the rigor of the paper is determined by the theoretical justification of your key hypothesis, which was H4 related to moderator variable. So we need to explain why content transient matters, and we use this AI tool again, Perplexity, but the prompt was highly targeted, forcing the AI to connect our practical observation to a specific advanced theory, the LC4MP theory, right? So the output provides the technical academic language we need. I hope you all will agree. What we got is resource overload and encoding failure, as you have seen as the output. So the human then takes this mechanism and writes the formal testable hypothesis. What we can write? Perceived content transience negatively moderates the positive effect of perceived authenticity on sustainable purchase intention. So please never let the AI write the hypothesis. I'll repeat. Never let the AI write the hypothesis. Let it provide the mechanism and justification that will satisfy our top reviewer. When you write anything, write from the viewpoint of a reviewer. Ultimately, they are there to accept or reject. Then quality will be automatically maintained. So, what is the primary role of AI in the hypothesis generation stage according to the ethical framework? To write the final testable hypothesis, to provide the deep, specific theoretical justification for the predicted relationship, to generate a list of previous hypotheses, or to verify the data analysis method?
B.
B, ma'am.
Okay, others? It is B. Yes, ma'am, you are right. To provide the deep, specific theoretical justification for the predicted relationship. Which core concept from the LC4MP theory justifies the negative moderation of content transients? Selective exposure, resource overload and encoding failure, cognitive dissonance, or social presence theory? Yes, please. Which one? Based on the previous slide? It is?
B.
Yes, it is B again, resource overload and encoding failure. Let us move on to step 5. Methods, that is scale development. And we will focus on plagiarism-free items. For this, we will suggest Google Gemini, and the prompt is given here, right? And the output is also shown here. So basically, the method section demands rigor, especially for a novel construct like the PCT. We need new plagiarism-free scale items. So we can make use of Google Gemini because of its strong language generation capabilities. Our prompt asks for novel contest-specific items. The AI provides the raw text. The human intervention here is critical again. So you must manually review each item, ensuring it is conceptually sound, clearly worded, and most importantly, linguistically original, and not a copy of an existing scale. And we can select the best 4 or as per our requirements. So in the manuscript, we state that the construct was conceptually derived from the cognitive load theory, but the items were developed for this study to enhance ecological validity. So this prevents a common reviewer comment, your scale for X is not content specific. So how to use it? Let me show it again to you. Making use of tools is very, very easy. All tools that have been shown here are user friendly. So we need to be highly selective for tools. We should focus on tools which are easy to use and which give accurate results as per your requirements. So let me share the screen again for Gemini. Let me see. Yes. So before sharing the screen, I open the thing so that I can have the tab with me. Now see. So we can ask anything from Gemini. We as per our requirements. So I have opened it. I have already copied the prompt and I have just pasted it. Not. No, copying is not proper. Let me copy it again. So otherwise it can take it as a image. Let me try once more. Because I'm copying from slide, otherwise I need to paste it on Word file first, and then again I need to copy it from the Word file. So every tool has its own way to be used. Okay, so I have first pasted it on Word, and again I am copying it. It is not taking it directly from the PPT. So this is the learning. Now see. So first I pasted this prompt in the Word file, and see, it is showing you spellings also, right? So I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash. If you want to upload your documents, see, we have here the option add files, and here we have certain tools for deep research, create images, canvas, or guided learning. And here we can add our files. Either we can upload or we can add it from the drive. So I have pasted the prompt here, and now go or submit. Now see the output. So here are 4 novel 7-point Likert scale items designed to measure the construct. Right? Now see, it has given me, but I cannot use these as such. Why? I have already explained, but I'll explain it again if you like. See how easy it is. The 7-point scale range from strongly disagree, that is 1, to strongly agree, that is 7. Right? I have asked for 4 statements or 4 items. It has generated 4 items, very specific and to the point. Clear? So let us come back to the slides again, and let me show the content again. Okay. Now see. So what I have tried to explain, let me repeat here. As we were discussing scale development methods, right? So as you have seen, the Gemini we have used because of its strong language generation capabilities, and our prompt also asks for novel context specific items. So the AI provided us with the raw text, but human intervention is critical here. So we must manually review each item, ensuring it is conceptually sound, clearly worded, and most importantly, linguistically original, not a copy of an existing scale. So we can select the best 4. In the manuscript, we state that the construct was conceptually derived from cognitive load theory, but the items were developed for the study to enhance the ecological validity. And this prevents a common reviewer comment, that is, your scale for X is not content specific. Right? So let us move on to the next slide and check what we learned. Why must the researcher manually check the AI-generated scale items against existing literature? To ensure the items are exactly the same as validated scales, to guarantee the items are linguistically novel and plagiarism-free, to verify the statistical distribution of the responses, or to determine the appropriate sample size.
B.
It is? Okay, B. Right. To guarantee the items are linguistically novel. So if we are looking for linguistic thing and novelty, we are making use of Gemini because Gemini is having this property and making it flag free. For a new construct in a marketing paper, what should the researcher state in the method section? The AI generated the items, so they are original. The items were conceptually derived but operationalized with new items for this study. The items are completely unvalidated, or the items are only suitable for qualitative research. It
B, madam.
is?
B.
Yes. It is B. The items were conceptually derived but operationalized with new items for the study undertaken. Right. Now, methods. Under methods, step 5, we will discuss data collection ethics and transparency. So, I hope all of you are familiar with this tool, Google Forms, or should I show this also?
Yes, madam.
Okay, I will. Okay, okay. And none, that is manual audit. So the prompt is we have to design the survey structure and we can include mandatory informed consent. And what will be the output? Okay, let me show you the Google form first, right? Or I'll give you some explanation on the steps. So a Q1 journal requires absolute ethical rigor in the data collection. Our primary tool here is the free and robust Google Forms platform for survey deployment. However, the ethical rigor is a manual human responsibility. So first step here is to design the survey to include a mandatory, clearly worded, informed consent page that participants must agree to before proceeding. Ensure you collect zero personally identifiable information known as PII. No names, no emails or IP addresses wherever possible. Third step, crucial human audit. After the data collection and before the analysis, you must manually open the raw CSV file and check every column for accidental PII in case of open-ended question. So this manual audit is very much required and important as it demonstrates dedication to participant anonymity, which is mandatory for institutional review board, that is IRB approval, and a prerequisite for high tier publication. So let me stop sharing the slides again and show you how to make use of Google Forms. Okay. For this, you need to open your email, Gmail, I can say. Let me show how to create a Google form. So my email ID, you may make use of personal email ID or you may make use of official email ID. Now you click on these 9 dots. Let me explain the steps. Yes. Click here and here you will find Google Forms. It is in purple color. Yes. Can you see these forms? Click it. So a new file will be opened. So I need to stop it and I need to share it again because a new link has been opened now. So which link has opened? Let me show. So this new link of Google Forms has opened. So you can click on the blank form or you may modify any existing form if you have by copying it. So let me check if it works or again I have to share. So I have clicked now. I have got untitled form. So what you can do is whatever title you give it here, it will be the name of the file. So based on your research, you can give it a name. Okay. So in our case, let me name it as TikTok's authenticity paradox questionnaire. Let me show how to make use of it. Yes. Just right and click it here. This name will go here and here you can mention that statement I have just mentioned, that the purpose of gathering the data and the respondents can trust on you. So what we call it? What we call it? I have just mentioned. Yes, please. Informed consent, right? And zero personally identifiable information. So you can mention here about the purpose of gathering the data. Like here you can mention about that the respondent is giving their informed consent, means they are aware of the purpose of gathering the data and they have assurance, they completely trust you that it will not be used for any other purpose rather than this research and PII. So what do you need to do in PII section? We usually put it at the end. So here you can put your question, like we generated some statements. Which tool we have used to generate statements? I think Gemini. Okay. Let me copy one statement from there. I am copying right now, but we should not copy as we have already discussed the statements as such. We need to refine. So I have pasted first statement. Now how to make it 7-point or 5-point scale. Now see, here we have these options. Linear scale, rating scale, multiple choice, checkbox. If you want more than one option, if you want date or time, or if you want some drop down or multiple choice. So we are making use of, I think, linear scale, right? Now you can label your options. It is maybe 1.5, 1 to 5 or 1 to 7 as I have taken. And first label will be, please note, label 1 will be strongly disagree. We give higher number to positive responses. Disagree. And the scale ranges to 7th will be obviously strongly agree. I hope you are getting how to make use of Google Forms. Yes? Or you are already familiar with, so I can continue with the slides. Just tell me. Or should I explain it further?
Please explain, ma'am.
Okay. So are you getting what I have done till now?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Okay. If you want to make this question as a mandatory question, just turn this button on. It will become a required question. Right? What happened? Yes. See, if you want to make it a quiz, you can change it and you can add some description if you want for this. Now, other responses it will take automatically. Now to add second question, either you can copy this slide if the question is duplicate and you can simply replace this statement with the second one. Right? Again, the scale will remain same. This will save your time. Or if you want to change the format, you want some other question to be added, you can just add it from here. This one, plus. Now see. So this is how it will appear to learners. Right? Now, in settings, what you need to do if you want to make it a quiz, just turn it on. One important setting that you have to do is responses. And here, allow limit to one response. This must be turned on to avoid any duplicacy of responses from the same respondent. Please always prefer to use this option, limit to one response, turn this button on. Right? Now, how to share it? We have different options. Now see, first you need to publish it. Once you complete it, right? Click publish. And now you can copy the link of the questionnaire. If you want to reduce this URL, you can reduce it and then you can copy it and you can share it on WhatsApp or email, or you can send it from here also as an you can copy it from here also, and you can shorten it, right? Or you can share it through email from here. You can add emails here, and you can share it directly here, and you can send some message here to the responders, right? Do not give them editor rights, otherwise they will be able to edit the questionnaire. Always give them responder rights only, which is by default. Clear? Okay. So once you share this and you get the responses, what will you get as an output? Let me show it. Is this clear up to this point? How to create a questionnaire using Google Forms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me see if I have some pre-filled thing so that I can show you how you get the output. Let me check it. Okay. Let me see if I have anything already with me. Wait. Okay. Making use of, SPSS or anything, you need not worry for this Excel sheet. You will get it automatically. How? I will show you just now how you will get the output. Just a moment. Let me see if I have some filled questionnaire. I'm just looking for it from my email so that I can show you. Otherwise, for this form, we need to first gather the responses. Then only I can show you. Okay. Maybe my official mail is having the responses. Just give me a second. I'm looking for some pre-filled thing. Or okay. Or I will show it here. No. Okay. Let me show you how to get the responses from the questionnaire. Suppose I have this. Not this Google form. So basically, we create forms in our official mail ID only. It is having the forms. But no problem, I will explain it through any of the forms, even unfilled ones. how to use it for the data that you have already gathered. Yes, I got something. Yes. Now see this. This is one questionnaire. I got it filled for some other reason. Right? Now, see here some respondents have responded. So click on this response and see how you get the responses. You may get it as graph form, right? Question wise. How many persons responded? You can copy and use these graphs in your presentations if you like. But if you want the data, click on view in sheets. I think you are not able to see this output. Let me share it again so that you can see the next window that has opened. When I clicked view in sheets, what I got. See, I think now you are clear that your data sheet is ready, right? And this you can use this data sheet maybe in SPSS or any other tool you are using it. You need not go for coding of the data or punching of the data. If you have gathered the questionnaire through, if you have gathered the responses through questionnaire in the Google form. Here you have your items and here you have responses on 5-point scale. Is it clear? How to make use of Google Forms? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you. So you see, you get the graphs of the responses, you get your Excel sheet ready without punching the data. If you get the data in the hard copy, you need to punch every response. But if you have gathered through Google Forms, you need not punch it, right? Okay, and let us come back to our slides. We are about to wind up for the day, right? Now see. I hope now the things are clear. What we mean by informed consent. We take the consent of the respondents before gathering the data, and we target only those respondents who agree to reply, right? And PII, we give them confidence that the information will not be shared with any other person or company for any other use. It will remain confined to your research and its analysis purpose only. Another thing, personal information when we gather, when we are asking about their income or age, always ask them in range. Do not ask specific. Like for income, you can make some range. For age, you can make some range with an interval of 10 years or so, right? So please take care of these things. Now, what is the minimum ethical requirement for the first page of the online survey instrument? Yes, please.
B.
B, the statement of explicit informed consent with the right to withdraw. Very right. Next, what must be the human researcher manually check the raw CSV data before analysis?
B.
It is B, yes. The presence of any accidental personally identifiable information, if it is there, it has to be removed. Now, ethical AI use summary. So let us summarize today's session. So we have successfully used free AI tools for powerful ideation and structuring. Perplexity found our novel gap and gave us the theoretical language of LC4MP. Research Rabbit gave us the visual proof of the white space. Gemini helped us draft plagiarism-free scale items. Crucially, the theoretical arguments, the ethical design of the survey, the manual vetting of the scale items, and the final decision on the framework were all performed by you, the human researcher. This is the human in the loop model in action. AI is our co-pilot, not our pilot. This ensures we are academically honest and rigorous. Before we move to the final administrative step, let us take a few minutes for any questions you have on the ethical conceptualization and use of these tools. Yes? Okay. Which of the following is an exclusive human intellectual contribution according to the ethical framework? Yes. Either you have questions or I will have. Which answer? Yes, please. It's easy.
B.
Any other?
It is C, madam.
C.
Yes, it is C.
C.
Vetting scale items and writing the final theoretical arguments. It must be done by humans. Vetting. In the human in the loop model, the AI tool is primarily used for
B.
okay.
It's B,
Efficiency
madam.
ideation. Yes.
It's B, madam. Efficiency, identification, ideation, and initial synthesis.
Yes, sir. You are right. It is B. Efficiency ideation and initial synthesis. Now, last slide. So, for wrap up and homework, now I will suggest you make use of this tool Zotero and we will discuss it tomorrow. What you need to do is you need to practice writing references or bibliography. So from this tool, you can select APA 7th edition style. And what will be the final output? A perfectly formatted bibliography and in-text citations ready for seamless insertion in the manuscript. So this concludes our rigorous day one. You should now have a strong draft of your introduction, literature review, conceptual framework and methods, all built on a solid foundation of ethical AI use. Your single critical homework assignment for tonight is to finalize your referencing. We use Zotero, a powerful free reference management software. So what are the steps to use Zotero? First, download and install Zotero and its browser connector. Step 2, input your 20 to 30 core references from your Perplexity and Research Rabbit searches. Step 3, use the Word or Google Docs plugin to generate your in-text citations and the final bibliography in the APA 7th edition style. This administrative step is a major hurdle for many researchers, often leading to desk rejection for formatting errors. So mastering this tonight and tomorrow, we can focus on 100%. We can focus 100% on turning the data into a high impact manuscript. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So I hope you can do it. If you are not able to do it, we should do it tomorrow. Will it be fine?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank
Okay,
you,
madam.
ma'am.
Thank you very much. And thank you, madam. Madam, one may I ask
Thank
you
you,
one
ma'am.
question?
Yes, please ask.
Madam, you given some suggestion. You suggested some AI tools for Perplexity, Zotero, Gemini, etc.
Yes, sir.
How we depend on this? How much we can depend on them?
This is what I am mentioning since beginning, that we can use these tools as our co-author or as our co-pilot. But main author we will
Just to be used for assistance purpose only.
yeah, for assistant
But
purpose.
how can
Plus-
we? How much it is believable? Assistance also.
It is up to you. That is no limit. But the main thing is you need to rewrite every sentence on your own.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Then
that is
we are,
important. You should not just copy paste.
yes, sir. Why? Because it is come under the
Plagiarism. See,
plagiarism.
even in Turnitin, we have two kinds of plagiarism.
Hmm.
One is related to your text, other is AI based plagiarism.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
And for normal plagiarism, the limit is 10% or less, and for AI, it is 20% or less.
Yes, madam.
So Turnitin gives both the reports.
Can you suggest any plagiarism test tools for free online available on online freely?
Yeah, we have Urkund, I think.
Tell me, madam.
Quillbot.
Urkundu.
Yeah, Quillbot.
No, Quillbot is not giving correct result, madam.
Okay, but Urkund is there, I think. Original.
Spelling, madam?
O-U-R.
O-U-R.
O-U-R, original, O-U-R. Then write the spellings of original. O-U-R. O-U-R-I.
O-U-R-I.
G-I-N-A-L. Or Urkund. U-R-K-U-N-D. Urkund.
Urkund. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, our university does not trust any other tool. So one is, I think, Drillbit. D-R-I-L-L-B-I-T.
Drillbit is also payment based, madam.
Okay, okay. So basically what we do is once our paper is ready, we send to our university library for checking the plagiarism. And they accept only their report, not the report from any other source. Another thing is, if your university is not providing this facility, you should remain in link with persons whose university is providing such facilities.
Yes,
and you can take the benefit.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Rather than paying. Yeah.
Okay.
No need to pay. Just develop your network. That is the solution.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.